Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Ned Reynolds, Mike the intern in the studio. Back to work. It's Monday morning. Over the weekend, the Baseball Hall of Fame got a chance to induct some new blood into Cooperstown. 5 guys. Now we got 5 new members, right?
2 indeed, 3 from the Baseball Writers Association, then 2 from the Classic Committee, which is the renamed Old Timers Committee. Anyway, it was a great show. I don't normally watch those situations that don't necessarily appeal in a great sense, but this one, for some reason, I did watch it. First of all, it was delayed for an hour because of rain in upper New York State. The crowd was enormous, about 35,000 people, all outside. It's in kind of an amphitheater in a way, but it's on the flat, and I say flat, the kind of rolling hills of upper New York State. It's really a picturesque. Of course, Cooperstown is named for the Fenimore Cooper family of literary fame. Is a perfect setting. It's a village. It's not a town at all. Anyway, the inductions were great. Everybody had poignant remarks. I thought Dick Allen's widow had one of the funniest remarks. She said, Dick Allen, my husband, always told me that he loved baseball. It was the greatest game. He couldn't get enough of it. He wanted to play every single minute of the day. He said, I'd almost play this for free. And judging by today's salaries, he did play for free, which I thought was a great remark. And then I think the capper of all was the final inductee, Ichiro Suzuki. Now, Ichiro Suzuki, there had always been reports around Major League Baseball that he could speak English, but he never did. Not in his interviews or anything like that. He always carried interpreters with him, or the one interpreter who is an American. Was always with him. For the 20 years that he's in Major League Baseball, he delivered his speech in almost perfect English.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And he did it for a reason, because he wanted to show everybody that he could do that, and number one, that he's a stand-up comedian. He was very, very funny, had great remarks. He made comments about the one reporter who did not vote him into the Hall of Fame. And he said, that reporter's invitation to dinner at my house has now expired. Thank you. And then he talked about his career with the New York Yankees. And he said, when the Yankees decided that I couldn't fit the bill anymore, they traded me to the Miami Marlins. And when Miami got a hold of me, I said, thank you. I've never heard of your team before, which was a great remark, utterly hilarious. That was just one of many of them. He was super, but the fact that he spoke it in English the whole way was remarkable.
And it goes to show you that it was all intentional, because he just didn't want to deal with press conferences. He didn't want to deal with questions and stupid things that he wanted to deal with. If he just said, I don't speak your language, sorry, he didn't have to deal with any of it, which shows you his brilliance. And again, congratulations to all 5 guys getting in. Definitely deserved. It was a hot practice over the weekend. The Chiefs are back in pads, and it looks like some of that new blood, more specifically Simmons, was handling his business over the weekend.
Yeah, it was their first day in pads. Sunday was permitted. You could pad up on Sunday, and they did. Now, by pads, I'm not talking about full gear as such, but they are padded. Contact is very limited. You can only have partial contact for the first couple of days before you get into the full drills as such. And the Simmons kid was out there and apparently got pretty good reviews from his players, number 1, and the media and coaches, number 2. Now, Simmons is the top draft choice. I think he was number 31 overall. But Simmons is the kid from Ohio State, highly regarded. Started his career at San Diego State, then transferred to Ohio State. He's huge. He's about, 320, somewhere around there. And indeed had a knee injury in the Ohio State-Oregon game that put him out, Simmons, for the rest of the year. So he has been off the football field now for almost, not literally, but almost 1 year. He's coming back. His knee apparently has recovered, and if he's there and can play to the fullest capabilities, he'll be great protection for Patrick Mahomes.
What I was seeing in video over the weekend, he looked pretty damn good against the veterans. But again, it is training camp, and taper your expectations. But if he turns out to be a baller, man, that's going to be the steal of the draft, especially in this time period where everyone seems to be needing guys to protect your quarterback. Last but not least, Pretty big golf tournament up in Minnesota, don't you know?
This was the 3M Classic that was up outside Minneapolis. The pay is not great by today's standards. The purse is a little bit under $9 million. And Kurt Kitayama, a running red from Nevada, Las Vegas, got the win. Okay, he's been up and down on the Pro Tour. He's won some pro events, but not very many. So why, when the big names are all missing this tournament, why is he in it? Well, because the points. They get points for winning, and the points that Kitayama got, and he finished 23 under par, put him into the FedEx Championship run, which starts in 2 weeks. That FedEx Championship run, the winner of that one gets $20 million individually. Not the purse, $20 million, but everybody gets paid. Anyway, Kitayama, that's one of the reasons they play these things. Kitayama gets the win, and he gets into the big FedEx tournament.
Speaking of golf, I got to see Happy Gilmore over the weekend, and it was phenomenal. I thought everyone I think they just did a great job overall, paying tribute to the guys that weren't in, gals that weren't in it again, and got to see my man Travis Kelce in there, and a lot of funny moments. It looks like Mike Schilt and the San Diego Padres did not get the revenge that they were looking for against the Cardinals.
In a sense, that's true. The series was split. Each team won 2 games. But this is going to be viewed as negativism and anti-Cardinal. That is not the case. I'm just pointing out the facts. The Cardinals won the first 2 games of the series, and, Mike, they were very lucky to win them. 9-7 in the opener. San Diego had all sorts of opportunities to score and did not come through, and that's part of baseball. The next night, the Padres were shut out 3-0. This is Friday night, 3-0. 3 runs on 5 hits for the Cardinals. No runs on 11 hits for San Diego. Now, wait a minute. How does that happen? Well, again, that's baseball. You knew fully well the Padres were going to come back storming. They had to. Their team is just too good. Sure enough, Saturday night, they stopped the Cardinals 3-1. And then yesterday, 16 hits for San Diego. They just belted the Cardinals and Mike McGreevy all over the lot. They're a good team. San Diego's a very good team. Won the game yesterday 9-2. So it's a split, and the Cardinals are right back where they started the weekend series at 1 game above 500, 54-53. The Cardinals take on the Miami Marlins tonight at Busch Stadium. Miami, while they are downtrodden in a way, they are still a very tough baseball team, have a lot of weapons on their ball club, but if the Cardinals play well, who knows what might happen.
Yeah, and again, we still got a little bit of time left, but not a lot. The Kansas City
57
Royals.
games, as a matter of fact. That's not very many.
Hopefully your team's won more than 30, looking at you, Colorado Rockies. So my Royals had a pretty good weekend, extending Seth Lugo to that contract, which they absolutely had to do, which I'm glad they pulled that off. But in a series against the Guardians, who are in second place in their division, they take the series, and now they're tied with them for second place.
Royals win 4-1 yesterday, and Noah Cameron was the big deal. In 5 innings, he had 3 hit shutout baseball and struck out 6. This guy's pretty good. Now, again, he is a rookie, and maybe the full book is not out on the guy yet, but regardless of that, he is pitching well, and Kansas City comes through. They have a lot of confidence when he's out on the hill. So it's a 4-1 win. Now, the Royals take on the Atlanta Braves tonight up at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. And indeed, Kansas City is still in the hunt. They're not totally out of it yet. It's still a long way to go, but the Detroit Tigers have not been playing overwhelming baseball. You knew eventually that was going to happen. Peaks and valleys. Well, the Tigers are in a bit of a valley right now, but they're a better team than this. We'll see what happens. Springfield played the Tulsa Drillers and fell to Tulsa 3-2 yesterday. Now the Springbirds come home to take on the Arkansas Travelers this week.
We got a little bit of racing happening at the Indianapolis. They don't run it at the 500, do they?
They do.
Yeah, so let's talk about it.
This is the Oval. It's called the Brickyard 400. In past years, they have experimented, they being NASCAR, has experimented by using it as a road race because there's a road race track inside the stadium, and they use that as well as the oval. But this time they're right back on the 2.5-mile oval again, and Bubba Wallace came through with a huge win. He did it in overtime. Now, he also had a bit of luck riding on his side. He had the lead barely, but here comes a slight rain shower, and that halted the race for about an hour while they dried the track. You can't run with, you could, but it'd have to change, everybody would have changed tires and so forth. So instead they dried the track with air dryers, and that took about an hour. Okay, resumed the race, and then a big accident forced the race into overtime, and Bubba Wallace won it, beat Kyle Larson by just barely, fractions of a second. He won over, took the checkered flag. But Bubba Wallace gets the big win. That's a big win for him, his first one in several years. And indeed, the NASCAR people are celebrating a very big victory.
And just like golf, they're counting points too at this point, right? That's the way it goes, Ned. You have a wonderful Monday, and I will see you tomorrow.